let's just press start. So, well, this is awkward, but I'm a NEET in disguise, basically. That's what I just Googled. Just checked if that word actually exists, or like that term. That's the only thing I found. So before we talk about random stuff, I'll be talking a little bit about my progress in AJATT, MIA, although basically I did it for a year, like intensely, for my standards at least, and then I pretty much stopped taking it so seriously. Let me just show you my Anki maybe real quick. You see this? That's life, basically. No, like, actually, Anki just sucks. Like, everyone knows that Anki sucks. Not that the program sucks, but you just get demotivated after a while. It's really, like, it's the same old every time. And I think it was Chris that mentioned it. That one guy that with the epic afro. Yeah, reading the Kindle is way better. Just read all day. Get in a monolingual dictionary. Basically, what I do is I still have Anki 2.0, just for one reason, and that is one add-on. What's it called? Kindle Importer. I think that's the one. Basically, all I do is I import the vocab database from Kindle. It's called vocabs DB or something, and I just get those things I've highlighted, not even highlighted, I just like look up a word in the Kindle and it saves the entire sentence in Kindle. That's what the Kindle does on default for some reason. And this add-on basically takes out the sentence and imports it into Anki. The problem is it doesn't recognize commas, so the sentence gets long. But I have Morphman, and that fixes the problem. So let me just show you an example sentence. That's gonna take a while because I have a lot of I don't know why it takes so long. There's like that's the issue with that add-on. Anyway, let's check this one. So what is a NEET in disguise? First of all, maybe you can already hear from my accent. I'm from Germany, and I think this study even looked at people in the west of Germany. And the young men and women were between 16 and 20. Sadly, I'm a little bit older now. I'm actually 24. But I've been a NEET in disguise for pretty much after school. Quick summary, I was like enrolled in computer science, and I fucked up pretty much, and didn't know what to do after that. So I was just learning Japanese anyway, so I enrolled in Japanese studies. I'm still in there, I'm still enrolled, I'm still a student. That's why I'm telling you I'm a NEET in disguise. Although pretty much everyone, I don't know, everyone knows, I guess, but nobody cares. But let's see this study. What's it even about? I didn't even read it, but usually let's just check the conclusions. Yeah, this article shows how young people struggle to avoid and conceal the problematic status of NEET, and thus contribute to the institutionally suggested normalization. That's weird talk right there. All it means is, I guess, people are hiding it, and it's just confirming something. Yeah, and I just woke up. It's like 1:43. I woke up an hour ago. I'm gonna tell you something about sleep that may interest you soon in my rant. But you see, I never talk. This is really weird. I watch other people, like you already know. I even have a tab open. Death Stranding actually came out, like right when I went to bed. So I fell asleep with this stream actually, and yeah, the game looks pretty nice actually. It looks tedious and slow, and that's exactly what I like for some reason. Sometimes, like my flavors have pretty much changed over the time, but I like it chill. She doesn't talk that much, but there you go. That's a little bit of immersion for you guys. So where were we? Fuck, I lost my train of thought. So, what did I even want to tell you about this? I just want to tell you I'm a NEET in disguise, and I'm not gonna cut this video. I'm not gonna edit it. I'm way too lazy for that. Then let's just see the results. So let me just skim over it, and it says, so there are actually 7 main narratives that they mentioned. So vocational status, self-actualization, meaningful activity, convenience, money, leisure, and life problems. Young people are well aware of the problematic nature of NEET status. I'm very much aware. On the level of action, they try to avoid or exit them by accepting precarious and dequalifying activities. So basically, this means you're a doomer. Yeah, you do all those doomer things. I've done them, and AJATT pretty much like gave me purpose to get a little bit out of this mindset and all those good stuff, right? On the level of biographical reflection, they use rival narratives to embed the NEET experiences. So to bypass it or avoid mentioning it altogether, how I would interpret it is I go to a party, right? Or I go to a family event and I say, yeah, I'm studying. Like, they always ask, what are you doing? And it's like, I used to say like, yeah, I'm here, like just kind of go a roundabout way somehow. But then I just like, yeah, I'm studying, and it's like, how it's going? And I used to say good, and I all these things, and now just it's better to be honest actually, but sometimes I just say it's like as usual, and that usually means it's shit, because I'm not actually doing anything for it, for various reasons. But yeah, I feel this sentence. Let's just put it that way. So we suggest calling this phenomenon NEET in disguise, referring to acts of system justification. So what I propose is, let's make this term viral. JK, nobody's gonna watch this video. Like, I'm gonna put in AJATT/MIA. Maybe some of you guys will watch it and maybe you'll learn something, because I'm gonna still mention something that actually may help you in your AJATT journey, even though I'm not really into it that much anymore, meaning that I take my time, basically. I don't have like a Katsumoto deadline of whatever. It's like I've been doing it for 18, 19 months now, and there's no rush actually. I'm enjoying it. I'm watching streams, I'm watching movies, I'm reading books, so I'm basically already at the point where I can do the stuff I want to do, and I'm doing them. But of course, the comprehension, that's the only thing that I'm working on. The things I do, I'm already doing them, except speaking. That will come eventually, so I'm not worrying about that. But why did I like do I have anything better to do, you may ask? Let me just put down the mic a bit. I think it's loud. Yeah, actually, for some reason I'm trying to get into programming again, so I'm putting my time into there, and my priority of Japanese just went down a bit. I also had a little period where I was drawing a lot, and I had this I just want to become like the master drawer, like AJATT style, whatever. But usually things don't last long, like for me. And it's pretty surprising that I've been doing AJATT for 1 year, and like really diligently. Like, that was my jam. Usually that rarely happens. Like, the last time I put a lot of effort into something was CSGO, like 2012, and that was because of pressure of graduating school. So that's a lot of anti-pressure right there. It's like that drives you. Like you're running away from something, and usually that helps. It's not that great though. It's you should feel secure with yourself, is what I'm saying. So let's get back to this. This video is probably going to be really long, but maybe I learned from you guys, from you AJATT guys. You drag all these videos, part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, and I keep watching them, or I used to watch them because, you know, my immersion time, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm doing the same thing now. It's just the ecosystem, I guess. And what else is here to say? I just found it interesting that they made a study in Germany, actually. I could have participated, but nobody told me about it, so I don't know. You can read it for yourself. Check out the link, or just type in NEET in disguise. You'll find it. So let's check out AJATT stuff, actually. Oh, there it is. There's a sentence. I totally forgot about it. So I'm not gonna read this. Or should I? Well, you're probably gonna. Okay. So I don't know what this is, but it says, 私は少し抜けをしていました。してまいました. I'm sorry. Then basically I do the stuff Matt said. I just take out my colibri, check out this word. Probably, I don't know what it is. Let's check it out.
表紙
Hyoshi. So don't forget to learn your pitch accent, guys. You always I always hear how you're gonna do it at some point, but it's actually not that bad. It's pretty fun. Just watch the Dogen videos, find them on some YouTube playlists where you can actually see them, not have to pay for them. Pay for them. Yeah, what I'm basically doing is same old, just doing monolingual sentences, and those are mine. I don't actually have that many. Maybe I don't even know. It's like I'm compared to you guys, I'm really slow with everything, but I don't care anymore. It's free, and compared to some blue pillars, I'm way better anyway. So what's the point in even trying to flex? You know what I'm saying? Not that I would want to, or maybe I would want to. I guess I've had some stories where I went to uni and was debating with some people, saying, do this for Japanese, you gotta do this, and they're always like, no, don't do it. It's like, just let people do what they want, basically. And where's my let's see. Oh, so this is like a full phrase, I guess. Missed that one. So Hyoshinu, I don't even care right now. So what I would recommend is, there's some pitch accent deck from, was it from yoga? I don't even know, but this is pretty nice, I guess. It's just with audio, and I've been doing these for forever, and at some point you get a feel for it. I think that's the point for this deck, is to get a feel for pitch accent, and there's a lot of leeches, and you just get them out of there. You're always gonna guess them wrong. And so basically all I do is learn words I've already learned, but not the pitch accent. And whenever I learn a new word, I just remember the pitch accent right there, and put it down into my sentence cards. So this is what sentence card is this? It's with a picture. And as you can see, I've already done the monolingual transition, but there's still a lot of words that I have to learn, of course. So you can see I'm at 4,400, 500, and I should be at probably like 5,000-6,000, whatever, but I don't care. So and my Anki reviews, they went down to like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and not even 10 minutes a day. Like, you can see how I basically quit. And I always say, I'm gonna do it again if I feel like it, but I don't know if that works, because this, as short as it is, it only worked, I don't know why it worked. I just wanted progress. And I had the right mindset. I had habits. But all things come to an end, I guess, and at some point maybe this starts again. But as I said, reading books is way more enjoyable for me, and I just read them, even though I don't understand that much. Basically, my jam right now is reading books, listening to audiobooks, watching Netflix with audio description if that's there. If not, who cares anyway? What I've been watching, like Shinya Shokudo, I think that's called, like the one with the Master Chef. I don't know how even to Midnight Diner Stories. That's the one. There's a new season. Check that out. That's pretty good. The Barbell anime, that's like pretty booming. I'm watching that, and basically, I don't know, just Netflix with Japanese VPN. That's where the good stuff is. What books have I been reading? I don't have my Kindle right now, but I don't know. I just I found a resource like with a lot of books and just downloaded them. Like maybe sorted them by kanji amount or whatever. I said kanji. Yeah, I'm pretty. I like those kanjis, you know. And just read and look up words that I want to look up, and at some point you understand it. But there's a lot of pages I just don't even get a thing. But it's fun most of the time, and that's the point of it. Like, it has to be fun. I can't tell you what's fun. Just telling you what's fun for me. And it's pretty fun to actually read the books and then get the sentences, and you can sometimes like recognize them because you have read them, and then you review them. And this is my dojo. This is where you do progress, I guess. But you don't always have to do progress. You can just chill out, because who am I competing with? Like, you guys, you've done all this stuff. Like, why should I have to compete? Like, you've done it. I don't see the value in it anymore. I see the value in just enjoying the stuff I want to enjoy. And what I'm saying is, if you're interested in learning language as a sport, I'm not gonna tell you anything like don't do it or anything. But that's not for me anymore, because you could make it really competitive. That's all I'm saying. And basically everyone of us kind of learned English through immersion. I mean, everyone learns language through immersion, but I mean, it took a lot of time, is what I'm saying. Nobody said, I'm going to learn English in 1 or 2 years. Like, I don't know when you started, but then in elementary school, like, I'm going to show these people in 2 years I got 10 times vocab. Nobody said that shit. It's like, if you have a deadline, if you have like, that's the thing that's missing for me. It's like, I don't have any deadline. I don't have to be in Japan in 2020, or I don't have these big plans where I'm going on a jet program and it's in 1 year. If you have those things, go for it. Other than that, just chill out. So, okay. Is there anything else to say? Okay, check out my statistics. They're really shitty. I've adjusted the intervals and they're like going really down. It's also actually 87. Oh, that's for that one. Let's just check the total. 74. It was down to like 60 or something. It was like really bad. This is not that bad. I think it's almost like optimal in the optimizer program. I'll have to reset it soon again. Yeah, I just do Anki when I'm bored, like when I'm around, like and I just take out my phone and I do those reviews really quick. And when I see the thing is adding sentence cards, this takes a bit of effort. I think Matt said it once, that like if you want to do other things and you focus, even if it's just a few sentence cards, for me it's like it takes away my willpower for the day. It's like I'm just trying to find a way to tell I'm lazy that way, but it's I don't know, can you call this lazy? It's like, I think just my goals have changed, and so if your goals change, and if you don't have a strong enough why, that's the thing for me, then like your momentum, it just slows down. And I had pretty strong whys, and they slowly faded, and I developed new whys, and that's totally okay. Dude, what's up with my voice? Yeah, this is awkward pause. So if any one of you guys is into Myers-Briggs or anything, I'm an INFP, and I just like to be in the shadows and like not really talk and all that stuff. Okay, so let's go. The next thing, what's this? Okay, as usual, you just walk in this game, I guess. But I sadly don't have a PS4. Maybe I'm gonna watch some Let's Plays, or I'm gonna play it sometime in the future. But I'm just gonna watch it here and there, maybe. So, if you guys didn't hear about Super Memo, basically, so everybody of you probably knows Katsumoto, and Katsumoto was inspired by Anti-Moon, and Anti-Moon was inspired by Super Memo, Piotr Wozniak, because he actually kind of created the space repetition system, and this is one of the first, or actually the first SRS program. And I started using Super Memo for incremental reading. I can recommend that to you guys. I don't use it for Japanese. You could actually, but I'm not that proficient in reading Japanese, and maybe you could do it, but what I'm using incremental reading for is actually learning code, like importing documentations of some things I'm learning, and that could be the whole another video, incremental reading or anything like incremental learning. If you guys interested, just search it up, or if you guys are interested to hear it from me, I would definitely tell you about incremental reading. So basically, if I have to summarize it, is you import, like, let's say a Wikipedia article, and it's pretty boring, right? You don't want to read it from top to bottom. So what the program does, it splits it up, and then it gives you like a portion. You read that portion, and if it sucks, like if it's some stupid article, you just say next, and you read the next portion. And if something interests you, you mark it, and like that goes into the next stack, like queue, and at some point it's going to review that part. And then that's how you make the text shorter and shorter and shorter. And at some point you only have like snippets of the text, and you took out the most important stuff. And at the very end, you could even do close cards, which means like you take out one word and you do active recall, and it says like Christopher Columbus was born in, and then you say the year. I don't know the year, so it's not that relevant for me. But that's the thing with incremental reading. You only learn the things you actually care about, because you can always say, I don't care about this, next. And so your attention is always prime. It's always like, because you choose what you want to read, and you can always click next. Like, it's like ADHD. It's like you next, and then suddenly you read this text because it interests you. So it's always about relevance in incremental reading. And there's even incremental video. And all I do there is like import YouTube videos I would binge watch anyway. But I just put in there, and it's like zapping, but it remembers the time it remembers the timestamp where you left off. So you can even like put in the priority of the videos, and it's just like a whole Super Memo is just like a whole system for learning, like just learning stuff and like getting more knowledgeable every day. So, but I'm not doing it every day. I just sometimes I do it, sometimes I don't. And usually the reviews don't stack up like in Anki, because the system is pretty smart. It just like postpones things and it sorts it out. Yeah, just check it out. There's freeware of it, the older versions. I bought it for like $9, because there were some features I needed for that's like Supermanual 16. Basically, long story short, this guy, he writes a lot of stuff on his blogs and things, and there's a lot of wisdom in there, I would say. And I think this thing here, he even wrote with incremental writing, and like he researched these things with incremental reading. So there's like some application of the things you could do with it with SuperMemo, but this is way too long. I found there's newer versions. So this is actually really interesting. I've read these things like dozens of times. I always keep looking it up. It would have been better if I incrementally read this thing, but that's actually the reason why I wanted to start incremental reading, because like I kept forgetting things that I read. And so here's like a condensed version, and all you have to know for basically it's free running sleep, this is called. So this, you can only do this if you're basically in NEET in disguise, unemployed or self-employed, or you have vacation. That's just how it is, because yeah, maybe you can make it work somehow, but I'm in NEET in disguise, and that's why I'm doing free running sleep. And basically what free running sleep is let's just check out this sentence. There's only one formula for healthy and refreshing sleep. Go to sleep only when you're very tired, not earlier, not later. Wake up naturally without an alarm clock. And you're like, that sounds really normal. You know what I'm saying? That sounds like the most basic thing you could do. Like, why not do polyphasic sleep, Huberman schedule, and all these crazy things? And I think he even mentions those stuff. Just form your own opinion. That's all I'm saying. Let me check it out. Polyphasic. There you go. And he criticizes polyphasic sleep pretty much throughout the article. I would agree, because I'm a little sheep that follows everything Piotr Sama says. He's basically my new religion now. So take everything with a grain of salt, I'm saying. But thing is, as long as I can remember, an alarm clock was like the devil. Yeah, I never made it. Like, the only reason why I made it to school is because of my mom, and she kept dragging me out of bed every morning, and she kept forcing me to go to sleep every night, even though I just laid there for 4 hours or in 4 in the morning, and I had to get up again. And it's just like this zombie mode we're all used to in school, and it's not normal, basically. And the thing is, the problem is, we have artificial light that fucks us up, but of course there are positives. I mean, now we don't have to go to bed at 6 p.m. or something. It's really dark. Oh, okay, it's 2 in the morning, but when I went to bed, it already went dark. I went to bed at 5 or something, and I slept for 8 hours, or somewhere around that. And this sounds really good. And the issue with this is, if we exclude unhealthy techniques, it's not possible to fall asleep whenever we wish and wake up whenever we wish, and it's not possible to eliminate evening sleepiness. So what does this mean? It means that I don't choose when I sleep. Usually, I tracked my sleep for a long time. Let's check this out. Maybe I can find it somewhere. But let me just bridge out what I'm trying to say here. I tracked my sleep for a year already or something, and it's really, I mean, that's another thing you have to do every day, and I'm not really good in that, but actually I did it for pretty consistently, and what it turned out that my sleep in the background, even if I put on alarms and stuff, it just keeps going like this. Let me see, this is like this, right? I keep going to bed later and later. And I mean, you guys are from the internet, you know this, you know all these people who say, oh, my sleep is fucked up, I'm gonna reset it. I'm just gonna stay up for a whole day, and I'm gonna sleep at the next day, perfectly. That never works. I used to do that all the time. It never worked, and how often did I feel like a zombie? The last time I felt like a zombie, it's been a long time. Like, okay, usually, sometimes I have to go somewhere and have some responsibilities there, and that's where I still feel zombified feeling. But usually, I try to avoid it as much as I can. And why? Because your productivity, it goes up like it goes way up. It's like, just imagine you fall asleep in like 5 minutes or 10 minutes, and you wake up instantly refreshed. And maybe just, if you even like, you could take drink a coffee, but it takes like 5 minutes, and there's no zombie mode in the morning, and I can go right to reviews. I can go right to whatever I want to do. That's like requires some brain power, instead of being like, what the hell, where am I? I still get that, where am I? But that's usually, like today actually, I saw a light on the wall, and like I didn't know where I was sleeping. Like, where am I in my room? That was pretty funny. So what are the arguments for free running sleep? So he names 2 arguments, and he says that free running sleep will often result in a day that's longer than 24 hours. And here's the problem, because usually my days can be 25 hours, and this is why I'm suddenly a very diligent morning person. Like, rise and shine. I'm even up before sunrise. I don't even know when the sun rises. That doesn't have to do with discipline or diligence. It's all BS, basically. So in the background, man, that's really hard to order thoughts, but let me get to that. Let's just go to the second argument. Sleep can be compared to eating. Your body will always try to get more than it actually needs. This will result in spending more time in sleep than necessary. In other words, free running sleep is time inefficient. So I think he goes into that's not even true. Yeah, it says that it's false, that second argument. And the first argument, that's where he says what I already said, because I just repeat what he says. That our modern lifestyle basically made it that way, that we have these shifts and stuff. Because imagine we didn't have any artificial light. You couldn't do anything. It's getting dark. What am I going to do? Like, walk in the dark, maybe see a little bit, maybe have a candle. And if I'm really nerdy, like the NEETs from the older centuries, they were reading a book with the light. Okay, I probably still do that. It's like I'm really addicted to learning, basically, as you probably are as well. So that's pretty funny. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff to read. Maybe just check it out yourself. Maybe I'm gonna put it into the description, or just check it out. It's just really type in free running sleep. That's I'll see about that. And yeah, I can just vouch for this. If you're neat in the skies somewhere in this world, try out free running sleep. And nobody will understand what you're doing, but basically you just wake up, go to sleep, don't use an alarm. Maybe you don't have shifts as much as I do, so maybe I'm just a special snowflake in that way. I don't think so, because when I look at people, how little sleep they get and how they like abuse their bodies, and they are still functioning, I don't know how they're doing it. If I don't get enough sleep, and if I abuse my body with drugs and alcohol and whatever you want, like, that doesn't go well for me at all. I don't know, I'm not a high functioning guy in that way. But if I do things that are good for me, yeah, I feel better. I can do stuff that I want to, and so this is why I'm trying to get into coding, actually, is because what the hell am I going to do? Like, think about it. I'm not pursuing, I'm not intending to finish my degree, because like the return of investment in it is pretty low, I guess. And the main issue is sleep, actually, because I always had issues going to school at these times, and like not feeling I'm learning anything. I have to wake up at 8 or like 7, or like I have to catch a train. I'm tramming for like 2 hours. All these things, they work for a week or two, and then I just crash, and then you're behind, and it like this endless cycle of. I remember in school I was thinking it would be so nice if I could just reset this year, like my grades, and next year everything's gonna get better. And I always kept telling myself that, and it's always the same. It always gets back into this thing, like into the routine of trying hard, like for a short period, and just crashing, and for various reasons, and then you just escape all day, and you're not enjoying life as much. Yeah, and just look at life and be realistic about it, like be rational. I'm not saying like you have to do what I'm telling you to do. I'm just saying that the problem was that I kept denying things for myself. Like, I mean, in the terms of this is not true. Like, I could just try harder. Like, just 5 a.m. challenge, do this and do that, and yeah, next time it's going to be better. But if you just look at it, it's like, okay, these are the variables, and this is why it doesn't work. And it's probably unlikely that it's going to work if I do the same things over and over again. We all know that, but we're still doing it. I'm still doing it that way. Live and learn, I guess. So there's a lot of stuff to read here, but what I'm saying is, if you have the prerequisites of being a NEET in disguise, unemployed or self-employed, that's what I'm trying to go for. I don't have a clue how I'm going to do it, but for some reason all these wackos who do polyphasic sleep or are entrepreneurs or whatever, a lot of them do web development or something on a computer, and just they can choose their own times. And I was beating myself about it, when I was going to uni for computer science actually, and I failed. Like, I always thought I was too stupid for all these things, or like not logical enough, and basically I had like reverse progress at some point. I didn't even like, it was too much, and I didn't want to do anything with it, and I actually intended to never touch that again, kind of. Like, okay, I'm not made for programming, I'm not made for coding and all these things. I'm just gonna find something else. Oh, I'm doing Japanese, I'm a language guy, I'm these are all things that you're telling yourself. So, and learning Japanese to an intermediate level, I would say, has given me a lot of confidence in that I could repeat the same process for whatever I want to do. And I was thinking about maybe becoming an artist, learning all these fundamentals about drawing, because that's another thing I always said, it's impossible, like, there's a cool channel called Volan CK, I think, and he taught himself drawing, and he learned a lot on the way. And like, the last video I saw, he's like 5 years into it, like, I've been doing everything wrong, this is what you gotta do. And I looked up everything I had to do, and I got a good overview of it. And it all comes down to fundamentals, like do life drawing all day, kind of that way. It's a little bit more complex, but like do exercise, do life drawing all day, have a little bit of fun here and there, or like most of the time actually, and get good. And but what I've figured out is there's some personalities, I would say. Maybe that's still something I'm telling myself about. I don't know, I don't create that much. I consume a lot, and I learn for the sake of it. Like, learning is pretty nice. This is pretty fun actually too, like just talking about these things. It's going on for 40 minutes already. Who's gonna watch this thing? I'm not gonna edit it, I'm not gonna cut it. I don't even know if YouTube accepts 40-minute videos. But yeah, I just want to get it out there and not have to like invest 20 hours in editing, cutting, writing a script, and then nobody's gonna watch it anyway, just like incrementally go up with the effort. That's what I would say. Shit, where was I? Totally forgot. Damn, I lost my train of thought. Maybe I should have had a script right there. Yeah, I was talking about university, I was talking about languages. Oh yeah. So I was doing drawing heavily, I would stand up right now, but I won't. There's like a stack of like papers. Like I bought like 500 printed papers, and I just drew every day for like a lot of figure drawings and a lot of stuff. And I did like draw a box, it's called, like those challenges, and it's like fundamentals, and like for a few hours every day. But then I went forward into the future, and I thought, do I really want this? And I just look at the people who are doing it, and usually like the creme de la creme, they're like really into it. They do it like, if you don't do this for 12 hours a day, you're going nowhere, kind of way. Not that that's just for the people who are like doing it really intensely, but what I'm saying is I don't have that much fun in drawing. It's pretty fun, and I made a lot of progress already. Like I was imagining I have to be born with it to draw or something. That's so stupid. And yeah, but then I figured out, okay, what's the lifestyle that I want, kind of. And drawing all day, being like hunched over and drawing like this, and your creativity is on the line for getting paid and doing freelance work. Like maybe I want to do it, maybe not. But then I just think about return on investment, and so my goal was just like right now is to make coding fun. It's not about. I know that the rewards are pretty big in this society and in the world. Like, so here are the reasons why I'm doing coding. Basically, I want to do coding is, I know it's fun. I know it can be fun. I know it's a lot of learning, and I love learning new things. And it's constantly learning. It never stops. That's pretty fun. And yeah, you actually get paid, and you're actually doing like an impact on a large scale. You're doing one thing, and it just grows and grows. And you can choose your own schedule if you're lucky, or like the chances are higher that you don't have to be there like 6 in the morning. That's pretty good too. That's what I'm looking for. Like I'm looking for the lifestyle with it. And drawing would be a little bit more risky, and I don't have. Look, I'm a NEET in disguise, and I have to like weigh my options, do stuff that actually could work out, and not just like, I'm a starving artist, and I love doing art, and I don't care if I land on the street, and yeah, that's just life. No, so I was thinking, okay, all these people who are drawing, they have like one thing common. They drew a long time and a lot, so they grew their passion over time. That's important. It's not about really like you have to do this for 12 hours at a time. The thing is, they're doing it because they love it that much, and then they get to work, they get hired, and all these things. And then I think to myself, okay, what have I been doing all my life? And then it's just like, oh, playing video games. Oh shit, I don't want to be a Twitch streamer or anything. But yeah, I'm used to prolonged sitting, and all coding is, in my opinion, is prolonged sitting. If you look at it that way, if you can sit for a long period of time and kind of be a loner, you got benefits, dude. You could, like, you have higher chances of doing these things. And then if it's fun, there you go. Like when I still was in uni for computer science, I heard once in the cafeteria. I'm probably going to split up this video in 2 parts actually. But I was in this cafeteria, and these 2 Indian dudes, they were like sitting next to me, and they were talking. And one guy was saying, like, they were talking about programming, and the one guy was just going off and saying, dude, I love programming so much. Like, you know what I do when I'm down, when I'm feeling down or stressed? Like, after programming or whatever, he goes programming again. He does his own projects and stuff, and he was talking like this gratitude and like this, I don't know, this energy. I was like, damn, I want to feel what he's feeling, but I didn't feel it at that time. I was like, I just felt bad that I don't feel it, and then I'm enrolled in computer science, and it's like, shit, man. And these are the things that haunt you, for your life, and I could either ignore them kind of, or just go for it and actually try to learn it, not just like get my credit points and have this degree. So like I'm locked out of. I can't do it in Germany anymore. I'm actually expelled because I failed the exam 3 times. I didn't even attend the last time or the second time. I just let it. I was so depressed at that point. I didn't even care if I failed because like I slept at those times anyway. I just want to catch some sleep. That's what I thought. So stupid actually. Like I didn't. Some teacher was reaching out for me. I didn't. Like don't hide these things, guys. Talk to someone about these stuff. That's why maybe I'm doing this video actually. Don't be neat in disguise, but if you're neat in disguise, leave it in the comments or something. Just let's rise up, neaters in disguise, rise up. I guess. What else is there to say? Yeah, so coding, it's a pretty nice lifestyle, I would say, for me, if I could do that. Or like I'm already, like, in my opinion, if you do something, you can already tell yourself, look, I'm a programmer, I'm doing this. What else is there? If you learn Japanese, like I can, like, you're doing it, right? You're doing it in that moment. You don't have to wait for like 5 years and say, okay, when I do this and that, then I can call myself that. No, it's like, okay, I'm an artist, 1 month later, okay, fuck it, I'm taking a hiatus. Same like with drumming. I've been drumming long time already, but not actually. Like I was always interested in, like, even as a 5-year-old and stuff, but I never pursued that. Maybe that's another thing I'm gonna do at some point, but not right now because of return of investments and stuff. It's like there's always something I'm doing in top priority. There's things I do for fun occasionally. There's like a order of things, and it keeps, like, programming was like down here. It's never going to go up, and suddenly you just make like swoop, and now Japanese is somewhere here, I guess. No, actually, when I'm not programming, I'm watching Japanese stuff, so it's like integrated into my life. Like I don't even think about it anymore. It just is there, and that's the cool part. I don't have to say, oh, I have to learn Japanese now. It just already is in my life. When I like do stuff, it's integrated. That's the point, I guess. Just integrate things into your life slowly. Doesn't have to be fast. You could do it fast. Gotta go fast sometimes. And just enjoy it, I guess. So if you're interested in learning to code, this is what actually in the AJATT, no, I keep saying AJATT, sorry, in the MIA, sorry, shout out to Yoga and Matt, on the Discord. I went there some few times and paid some bucks to get in there. One guy, I PM'd him, like, how did you learn to code? Because he was telling something. Or actually, I looked up if someone mentioned coding and all that stuff. And he's like, oh, go check out watchingcode.com. I did this for like, to stop learning Japanese, and did this for like 5 months or something. And I think he's a developer now. So shout outs to him. I forgot his name. I don't have Discord anymore. Privacy issues and stuff, you know what I'm saying? And now I'm uploading my face on YouTube and doing like this basically. That doesn't make sense. Anyway, do the practical JavaScript part. That's for free. It takes like 8 hours, and you can. This is what I did like I think 2 years ago almost. And I did that, and then I quit. I didn't quit, I stopped. It's like, okay, yeah, I did that. And then that's fine, I guess. And now I'm doing the premium thing. It costs $40 a month, but I magically have it on my desktop. I don't know how it happened. So yeah, I'm doing that. Yeah, but you can, like, actually seriously pay for this. It's really valuable. This is nothing. Like you could go through that. You're gonna have this value into it. So I'm not condoning anything you might think I'm condoning. That's all I'm saying. What else is there? So I've been talking about my AJATT progress. Sorry, it's just a habit. It's not gonna harm anyone. I'm sorry, guys. My MIA progress, I'd say. I've been talking about Anki. I've been talking about Super Memo. here I can show you super memo real quick. Check out what I've been importing. So I have like some JavaScript stuff, not that much actually, YouTube stuff, Wikipedia stuff, and let me just show you some a YouTube thing, because that's the most entertaining, I guess. So when in incremental video you can make extracts and you can learn them passively, and I'm in meditation right now. Why meditate? I guess meditation is really good. I haven't been doing it for a while, but I'm gonna start again, I guess. Let's just check out flow. So I'm gonna press flow, and there's a snippet of the video, and it has a timestamp.
Going back to Mihai Csikszentmihalyi's book Flow, he says that by developing an autotelic self, one is more likely to enjoy life rather than be overwhelmed by it. He says that the autotelic self is one that easily translates threats into enjoyable challenges, is never bored, seldom anxious, involved in what goes on, and is in the state of flow most of the time. He provides 4 rules for developing such a self. The first is setting goals. Then the next 3 all sound like a version of mindfulness. Becoming immersed in activities, paying attention to what is happening, and learning to enjoy immediate experience. Going back.
So guys, basically you've been doing this already. This is the MIA experience, and I already forgot about this, that I've been like marking it. That's the joy. That's the good part about super memo. I've been doing this, like I've been doing extracts and I forget them. I was like, oh, I'm gonna remember this. No, you're not. But then, like, what the hell is even bicameral mind? I don't know. It's gonna show me at some point again. I can set the priority and stuff. But see, this is really fun. So what we learned is that the MIA experience is actually making you happier. It's inducing flow. It's doing all these things. You're setting goals. Man, that's the life right there. So yeah, maybe I'm gonna put more time into that progress again. Let's see. But as I'm saying, I'm already doing it. I'm just not doing the repetitions that much, but I'm doing the immersion. And sometimes I'm a little bit afraid that I'm not making progress because I don't have this instant feedback of Anki. But that's not true. Like I'm still learning a lot of things passively, and I'm looking up a lot of words because I'm just interested at that certain point in time. Like, what the hell is this word? And I look it up. There you go. There's my feedback. Yeah, I've been talking about my sleep schedule a bit. There's a lot of to talk about these topics, and nobody wants to talk about them, sadly. And everyone just kind of says like, man, like from outside, it's like, you're sleeping 28 hours a day. Like, what the hell, you're sleeping all day? It's like, and if you try to explain, it's like, look, okay, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to show you my sleep log. Let me just find that one. Where the hell was that? I'm probably not gonna find it though. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna find it, I guess. I can just show you, like, I've tracked some days in SuperMemo, not that many. It's like, it's a hassle, but you can already see that's fucked, man. You could say that's fucked. Like, usually if it's balanced, it's like there's like a straight 1 hour shift here, but it already tells me like, you're sleeping like 8 hours here and there. It's, I don't know. I still try to make my sleep stable. Of course, like, my next like goal is like, I woke up at 12:30 today, and now I have like another chance, because I went through the cycle once, like a jet lag, to adjust myself to the sun, because I kind of miss the sun. It's just like all dark all the time, except when I go to sleep, then it's bright. And oh yeah, let me show you one more thing. So it's just if you can sleep regularly at a certain point in time and wake up at a certain point in time, like my mom does, without an alarm clock, it's magic. I don't know how she does it. Then you're a pretty healthy person, I guess. But if you have something like I do, where you keep shifting and then you even introduce an alarm clock and you sleep for a few hours a day because of school and all these things. That's not healthy. I'm sorry. So just the last thing I wanted to show you is this one. So according to Piotr, we have a homeostatic rhythm and a circadian rhythm. Homeostatic rhythm is basically like a battery, and as soon as you wake up, it just drains, and at some point you're so sleepy that you just go to bed, right? That's how we all know it. But actually there's another spike, and that's like the siesta time, nap time. So the Spanish people are not lazy, they just are probably figured something out that we didn't, and that is siesta time. Your homeostatic sleepiness goes way up. You don't want to learn that intensely. That's the thing. That's why there's siesta. That's why Piotr, he recommends sports and siesta and a little bit of stress here. Those are the times to do it. And he also says, right, like this all depends on if you're actually sleeping like naturally. Like you first have to free run sleep a little bit, but the first 5 hours is work. You can like do a lot of stuff here. Then you do stress, sports, siesta, and you don't have to nap. I usually never nap, but some people nap a lot, or like some people nap, and that's pretty good at this point in time, like 7 to 8 hours. Not later, you could do it earlier, but don't do it too late, because that messes up. They have to be in sync. Like the circadian rhythm is basically your inner clock. It's like, okay, this is nighttime, and that's the problem usually. My nighttime sometimes it's like 3 in the morning, my nighttime is like 4 in the morning, and it's 5 in the morning. And that's just how it is, you know. I don't know why I have it. It always kind of was that way. It's just like night owl, you know. I have a longer circadian rhythm or something. So after the siesta, there's another time slot where you can do brain work again. So you have usually in the day you have 2 times, optimal times. We're talking always about min-maxing here, where you can do good work. And usually it's not 5 hours. This is just the time span, but you can get like 2 hours here done, 2 to 3, and it depends on the person. Sometimes you just get 1 hour done, but it's like I have 2 chances a day, kind of. If I sleep as I please, I have 2 productive times in a day. I have a time where I go to the gym. It's important that you exercise, guys. Do something, go for a walk, whatever. And the last 4 hours, fun, family. So just do whatever you want, I guess, and cool down. Because if you're not cooling, if you keep stimulating yourself, it usually makes it worse that I go to sleep later and later. And sometimes I use it to shift myself forward, but usually you should just keep things orderly, kind of, and then you sleep. And usually, or what I found out with free running sleep is, I sleep way less, but I feel more energized. So if these 2 variables are out of whack, there's like this graph basically, I'm not going to read it, but if they're out of whack, you know those times where you sleep for 18 hours a day or something, and like, what the hell did I do? It's because because of these variables. It's like you went to sleep too early or something, and here's the nighttime, and it just attaches itself. Or you wake up like in the mornings, like I was awake for 40 hours and I only slept 2. Why is that? It's because your circadian rhythm, it just tells you, hey, it's daytime, but you like homeostatic was like still drowsy, it's not charged, and they should be aligned, is all I'm saying. And that's why Mr. Wozniak proposes to kill the alarm clock. There are way more issues attached to that with the alarm clock. You're like interrupting basically what evolution has given us, kind of. The problem is we live in a society, but also we have a lot of artificial light. Like what even is natural anymore, kind of, you know. Like we cannot take the naturalistic approach, but there are mechanisms that we don't fully understand, and it's pretty, I don't know. I wish there would be more research, is all I'm saying. I want to actually know what's going on. Maybe he's totally off the clock in that one, but how am I supposed to know? This is like really contrarian what I'm reading here, and that's why I got so interested in it. And I don't know how much bias I have in that way, but my anecdotal evidence just suggests that it's pretty nice to just not impose on my sleep in that way. Yeah, so this video is now 1 hour long. Damn. Do you have anything else to say? Wow, this is crazy. I actually, like, I don't know why I wanted to make this video, but then I thought I'm just gonna turn on my webcam and just gonna talk, like, because my mind was already racing. What am I gonna say and all these things? Is my hair okay? Like petty things, you know. Cause and then you just do it, and suddenly you're like the most extroverted person ever. You talk for an hour. What the hell? So yeah, just keep challenging your beliefs. I said I'm an INFP, for example. I used to identify with it a lot, and it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy. Most of the time it's like, okay, I'm this and that. But there are things you can learn from them, and you take them and you move on. There was another test that I took. It was like some kind of strength, personality strength. I think it was like, let me check, via personality strengths, yeah, and character strengths. That's a pretty one. If you like a pretty good one, if you want to do that, it's for free. You can find out your 24 character strengths, and that's pretty positive. I think this is it's called positive psychology or something. They're just telling you positive traits. They're not saying you suck, kind of. They're not telling you that. They're saying we all have these 24 strengths, but to a different degree. Let me show you the order of it. And the top 5 are the most important. And they I think it even said they don't change that much over a lifetime. It's like they stay that way. It's just the same like with the Jordan Peterson or the Big 5 test and all these things. They're all kind of related somehow. By the way, if anyone is interested in Big 5, I think like I'm really introverted, like 2% introverted, like right to the left. What else? I'm conscientiousness, also like 2% or something. Openness, I think 89%. That was not the official test, by the way. It's like I forgot the website. It was like out of service, that one I took. What else was there? Agreeableness is like I'm pretty agreeable, like 60% or something. And neuroticism is like off the charts, 98%. So I'm like really the most anxious person out of 100. Like I'm up there, kind of. Were those the 5? Introverted, agreeableness, extroversion, conscientiousness. Was there something else? Oh, there you go. Consciousness, openness, extroversion, introversion, agreeableness, and neuroticism. Oh, I told you all about it. Damn, I lost my train of thought again. I like this problem. I keep swerving from one topic to the other. I don't even know how much you guys understand, or if you're even interested in what I say. Oh yeah, so I just turned on the video with a lot of anxious thoughts, and now I've just done it. And it feels good. It feels good to talk about these things and just get like your voice out there, even if nobody's gonna listen. Yeah, like I would recommend it, kind of. And sometimes I would imagine myself like I had thoughts like, oh, someday Matt's gonna interview me, and I'm gonna be such a good student, kind of like my progress is gonna show itself, and like I just had this virtual interview in my head, answering questions. And for what reason? It's just like, oh yeah, I made it, kind of. I don't know why I thought that way, but so that was pretty funny. And it's better to create a shitty video than to wait for the perfect video and never do it. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, I don't actually want to end this. I want to keep talking, but there's nothing more to say as of right now, I think, except the strengths test. All I wanted to say is like the top 5 for me was love of learning, honesty, so I'm honest with you guys, that's pretty good, forgiveness or something. Like basically my top 5 skills are not that much of an employable skill, I would say, because like my bottom strengths were things you would expect, like discipline and perseverance and all these things I'm working on. But if you like just check out your strengths, it makes more sense, because my number 1 strength actually is appreciation of art. Wow, that sounds like the most useless thing you could have, but I'm appreciating art and beauty and life, and that's pretty fun. Usually, like, it doesn't take much for me to cry at some stupid shitty anime or movie, and I never thought about that way, that it's actually a strength. Yeah, I love art, I love all these things, I love beauty, the aesthetics, figure drawings. So that's true aesthetics right there, like drawing female bodies and male bodies even. That's, you should try it as well, even if you like, oh, I can't draw or whatever, just take out, like, go to Croquis, like this, Croquis Cafe, check that one out. You have to go to the Vimeo because YouTube bans boobies, and just start drawing on a piece of paper and try to copy what you see, and that's all you do from there. And you look up on YouTube Love Life Drawing, I think it's called. Like all these things I want to tell you because I figured it out, I found them for myself, and it's usually there's a lot of research involved, and I could just tell you like in 1 second, like do this, do that, and you can check it out. It saves you a lot of time. But I don't even know my target audience. I don't know if anyone's gonna watch this. All I know is that it feels good. And with that, I'm gonna end it. I'm gonna watch some Nihongo. I'm gonna watch some yeah. And enjoy your day, guys. See you next time.